Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? This is Stuff Shark. Today we have some more Insurgency Sandstorm gameplay for y'all. We've got, of course, Boof Gang versus Fatalis Gaming clan. It's a competition, but it's definitely a clan. These guys are both kind of a mix of old and new teams. Of course, FGC, the longest running active competitive insurgency team pretty much since forever. I mean, they've been there since Season 1, as did Veritas, however. Whereas Veritas taking off a season, FGC have stayed on the longest. Does it make them great? Makes them committed. And of course, Boof Gang playing today. You have a mix of different people. Of course, one of them being Vapor Matrix, one of the really old top players actually a long time ago, back in Season 3 and Season 4. Eventually making his own team and kind of splitting off a little bit of BDB, a little bit of other teams here and there, and kind of making Boof Gang a bit of a hodgepodge of other teams from back in the day. Now it's its own little thing. Let's see if we can get in game. Of course, it's gonna be an interesting map and interesting day for sure. Who's gonna come out on top is gonna be a very interesting question. I really cannot tell offhand, just from the teams alone, who's gonna win this. It is gonna be a close game no matter what, and it's gonna be fantastic. I can already tell it's gonna be a good game today. This is going to be on Refinery, so it may be another bit of a, overpowering lead, possibly. Never quite know until we actually get into it, but never know until you know, ultimately. Let's go ahead and get in there and see what they're up to. Let's go ahead and swap on over. Looks like we are about to get started here. We have a couple people in for FGC, a couple people in for Boof Gang, a little bit mixed. Of course, for Boof Gang, let's go ahead and pull this back some. They are shooting quite loudly and quite proudly. We have, for Boof Gang, looks like Abba, Cyrus, Vapor, otherwise known as Vapor Matrix back in the day, Synthetic, and of course, Ballistic Waffles, otherwise known now as Wallistic Boofles. Nice name. Torx for FGC, Chaos Sound, and Captain Koosh TV. So he has a G next to him. Is that a Boof Gang thing, or is that just a typo on his part? Not quite sure. Definitely going to call him Captain Koosh. Stevie's probably for Twitch, but in any case, you can catch out some of these players actually streaming their matches and streaming their team's perspectives, of course, in the directory for Twitch and Insurgency Sandstorm. Be sure to check that out as well alongside the stream. Make for an interesting experience seeing how we catch the overhead view, and of course, don't be giving away any of our stuff that we see here. It's not cool. Make sure you guys are playing fairly just as they are. So important to be not influence them at all. You know, ultimately you can't really stop it from happening, but all I can say is, you know, don't be that guy, because otherwise we have to do not fun stuff. But anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we have some great games coming out today. Interesting teams playing today. Surprised we're not seeing what was his name? Epicenter? I'd say Knife Legs, but I don't think Knife Legs plays anymore. He played a little bit in Season 1, but not so much anymore. Well, S3 actually at least played at one point, but they also are not playing very much anymore. I was waiting for our 5th player, just like one man last alive. FGC, of course, capping out Bravo. This is not actually live, by the way, in case someone's wondering. Just like that, to restart the round, prevent any funny business from happening. Of course, still waiting on their 5th player. Looks like they're not quite in yet. Let me just, before this happens, because it's gonna happen. Nice, actually saved it this time. It's kind of random whether or not the voice receive volume will actually save. If the game crashes, it won't save. I think that's a guarantee. Looks like Boof Gang warming up their legs and their fingers, getting ready to go here. And FGC opting to just kind of hang out and spawn. This is Simmer Down finally coming in for FGC as their 5th player. It'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. How the cookie will in fact crumble. It'll be interesting to see. All I'm gonna say. Oh, this one's AFK. Alright, well in that case, we're gonna be right on back. You guys are watching the DGL. This is Season 2. FGC versus Boof Gang. Right after this. Hold on. Oh, and now they're live. Yep. Every time I'm gonna call it, they always go Pistols live or have some kind of live round. Does figure. But in any case, here we go. First pistol round. Most teams running heavy armor in either light carrier or just no ammo at all, like Torx. We're gonna follow him out of spawn. See how he cracks this egg of a pistol round. You go for over easy, or in fact scramble them a little bit. Looks like he's going to block a little bit. Not a bad cross-pick attempt with the pistol, but a little bit hard on the range. Of course, looks Surgeon's going to be on to Bravo first. Looks like Security opting to leave it completely open. After that happening, a bit of a firefight across on Charlie. Security opting to push that side a little bit more than the other team. Still, going to pick onto Uba. Then getting the pick onto Torx. Putting out most of that Bravo support. Just like that, Security really is pushed back all the way towards A. Really limiting their options. Just does get the pick onto Synthetic. Putting up most of that lanes around Bravo and an easy route towards Charlie. They do have a player upper waiting for that push within Charlie. See him over here. He will not spot that player. Will he? Oh, he spots him but does not land a shot. As that's happening, he rotates down to try and catch them out. Meanwhile, Bravo might be being capped for security, or for Insurgents rather. Security finally getting onto Charlie. His backpack will give away his position though. Is that player aware? No, he is not. Just like that. Ooh, Waffles gets a nice shot onto Chaos Sound. And he gets the shot across to Captain Koosh. Just like that, last alive is Silly for FGC. Will he get clutched? Or will he clutch rather, or will he get kicked? He's blocked. At least 2 on. His positions are getting called out more and more. Almost gets shot by a cross. Just like that, he gets pushed. Just like he gets the first pick on Synthetic, and just like that, Uba picks him out. Takes him out rather, and Boof Gang take the pistol round 1-0, pretty single-handedly, taking Bravo control and eventually just clearing out the way. Well done by Boof Gang, opting to switch sides to Security. They'll of course restart the server due to it not having the right values for everything. You have to reset the server so it's a equal playing field. You don't have any kind of rounds affecting anything. And of course, because of that, we have to re-enable X-Ray, because it will naturally turn it off, which is a fun feature. Definitely one of my favorites. And it looks like we have an extra player on the security side. It is a 5v5, not a 6v4, although at times it does feel like that, depending on the team you're playing against, the team you're on. So it looks like FGC opting for a bit of a sniping pick, not a bad option for this map. A lot of really good cross picks on the Insurgent side. Security opting for a little bit more of a standard, actually a lot lighter loads. They're running just a lot of M4s and only one. They have 2 heavy weapons with a 7.62, but still, that's not a lot. They're waiting on that last player to rotate over. There we go. Live on restart, and officially we should be live now for the actual in-series match. Go ahead and get into it. Is it live? It better be. There we go. These in fact live. Cyrus feeling a little elevated. Rising a little higher than he probably should be. See how it plays it in the round, but so he's back on the ground and ready to go out. Here we go. The first round. Boof Gang versus FGC on Refinery West. It's going to be a bit slow onto Bravo. Insurgents are going to get the first pick over there. Security Insurgents getting onto that upper catwalk. As Security gets first onto Bravo. Ooh, just like that, setting the first pick of the game onto Torx as it's happening. Vapor waiting for the push. This isn't going to happen. And Security starts to get on Bravo for free. Looks like FGC opting to play an AC strat, but they have 1 player Bravo. And Kush hits that shot onto Waffles, but Synthetic gets the pick onto Silly. Definitely not great as it's happening. Synthetic gets onto C. And Cirrus gets the pick on to simmer down on Bravo. They lose control of Bravo. Captain Kush trying to make his way over to Charlie to stop that cap, and Chaos Sound snapping in the back. Last 2 alive. Not good odds for FGC here. Captain Kush has to clutch this, and just like that, Boof Gang bring back Ballistic Waffles. Just held up on Charlie. There's a player prone. Vapor gets a pick on the Chaos Sound. Last alive is going to be Captain Kush, and he gets the shot onto Synthetic. He runs off of Charlie, though. They will start to cap that up behind him. Taking his sweet, will try to finish that player on Buff. He does get the shot onto Cyrus. Sneaking around the backside. You can see him there, trying to clear out towards Bravo. They're going to cap up Charlie if he's not fast enough. Being shot across, up above, and from the side, and just like that, he's capped out. It's going to take the first round win. Boof Gang at 1-0. Wow. FGC really just locking down. Well, they basically got locked out, really. Boof Gang really had good control of Bravo and Charlie to stop that push. They tried to do this kind of passive strat to wait for Boof Gang to run in and basically just mow them down. However, Boof Gang ran in just a little bit, just enough to touch things and to really throw off FGC's timings and where the positions that they thought they were going to play. So, this is based on old scrim stuff. They're definitely aware of what's going to happen now. Let's see how FGC decides to play it instead. Go ahead and see that overview once again. Looks like Security again opting for a 3B, and Insurgents opting to play again very, very passive, waiting for that push. Looking to get those picks as the push will too aggressive. Simmer down with a nice nade kill. Definitely a Kobe onto Cyrus in Bravo. He's going to run down onto Bravo. Gets picked by Vapor within Bravo. Clearing it up for Insurgents, however, well, Security rather, but the Insurgent flank about to happen. He gets shot. Just like that, Vapor gets a nice, actually, rotation onto Torx. Ending that push by Insurgents. Again, another player pushing for Insurgents onto Bravo. And Chaos Sound gets the nice 1911 kill onto Vapor. And just like that, Synthetic nades Chaos Sound from up above. Again, Insurgents heavily investing into Bravo and ultimately failing miserably. And just like that, Waffles gets a nice pick onto Captain Kush. Now, Boof Gang take the round win 2-0. Man, FGC really wants Bravo, and like they are just heavy invested in there, and it's just not, you know, a little obvious probably, but I don't think investing Bravo when they have such strong control on this side. Security is really good. Like they had the better timings on this map for Bravo, for sure. So for an Insurgent, if they're supposed to be getting there faster, they need to grab loadouts that are representative of that, like not FALs or an AKS, which is what Captain. Actually, Chaos Sound now has. I think he was cross-picking earlier with the Mosin, is now he's dropped that. And again, Boof Gang sticking with the same loadout, running a little bit different than usual though. Most people opting for that 7.62 preference, since it can wallbang and generally one-hit kill. And, you know, bit of an interesting thing. We'll see how it plays out for him. And of course, FGC first onto Bravo, now running the sideway. Not a bad idea. We'll get possibly shot, and Captain Kush gets the first pick onto Waffles, clearing up that upper catwalk. And nice, Chaos Sound gets a good pick onto Vapor, and Silly takes out Synthetic. Just like that, it is going in favor of Insurgents. Just one player lower, Bravo, trying to hold on for Security. And he's crouching, he's waiting for that push. Isn't going to happen, though. Insurgents are capping out most of Bravo, and Uba gets the pick onto Silly. Not great. And just like that, Captain Kuch gets the refrag onto Uba. Cyrus gets the first kill on a simmer down. Last alive is Cyrus on Bravo, getting shot across. Trying to spot that player. Taking fire, not able to spot the location of that person. Shot on 2 sides, and finally gets pushed by Torx. And gets killed by him. 2-0. 1. First round for FGC on the board. Will they bring it to a clutch? Or will they tie it up next round? Or will Boof King bring it back? Keep that lead going. The time will tell. FGC really just dominating Bravo and finally breaking Boof King of that strong B stranglehold. So now that Boof King kind of can tell what FGC knows, and they know that they know their strategy, it's up to Boof King now to try and change up a little bit and try and break FGC's overly Bravo strategy. It shouldn't be too hard considering they're leaving a lot of lanes open. Although Uba is getting a really good flank on here, but he's getting still a little bit cross-picked. It's not quite great. Go ahead and follow Cyrus from spawn. Again, pushing very fast B. Well, he's very intense to see this alongside Vapor. Good pre-nades coming out from Vapor. Yep. There we go. Ballistic Waffles get the first pick on the Captain Kush. It's going to be very critical for this round. Again, heavy push coming in for Insurgents onto Bravo. Already a player very, very close on that alternate entrance, but Waffles gets the cross pick onto Chaos Sound. Ooh, bust. No, that is an enemy nade that hit him. Cyrus is now held up on Bravo, of course, by Simmer Down. And Uba gets the pick onto Torix, clearing out that C push and possibly A push. Again, security heavily invested into Bravo. 3 players on security invested there. And you can see Prospects coming out just like that. Vapor runs in and shoots Simmer Down last alive. It's silly. And just like that, Synthetic picks him off, trying to rotate upward towards that catwalk. And Boof can get the round win 3-1. Waffles with that huge clutch. That was a big clutch round for Waffles to keep Boof Gang alive and keep that lead rolling forward. Now, if FGC can get this back, how would they? So, FGC right now are losing a lot on these catwalk area here and around AC Road here. How you beat that as an Insurgent is kind of a tough one, since a lot of the map is security sided for timings. They also spawn a lot closer than these. They used to spawn way back there, but now they spawn a little closer, so it's actually a little bit worse for balance, unfortunately. Security being able to push through most of the map, while Insurgents have to really climb out to a lot of locations, so a lot of pre-nades are being done by security. As you can see, a couple coming out on that main road there. Ooh! Just like that, Waffles finally stops that Chaos Sound flank onto Bravo. And just like that, security already pushing very aggressive into Bravo. Simmer Down, waiting for that push through to the Insurgent side. Not going to happen. Boof Gang playing very, very safe. They know how to play. Just like that. Ooh! Like Simmer Down. Look at the fight over here. They just push into the Torx, and just like that, Simmer Down with a nice actual lean peek onto Cyrus. But however, Uba takes him out. Everybody takes out Simmer Down. Just like that, Boof Gang all falling, well, all destroying in a line, and take the round win 4-1. This may be where it starts to become a little bit sided. Of course, security is the stronger side on this map, though you never know. Again, FGC got 2 rounds on the board already. Actually, got 1 round on the board. About as much as what was the last? As much as the team last game played. We'll have to see how it plays out, but so far in the kills, pretty... Oh, is it not live? No, it is live. Sometimes people will say in spawn trying to switch out loadouts in the last second. Of course, because the kill board, we have a little... Scoreboard, rather. We have a little... Kind of a rough side for FGC. Only Captain Kush getting some kills, and mostly pretty big deficit in kills. Of course, Boof Gang getting more kills since they are winning by a pretty good margin. Good pre-nades coming out by both sides. Security getting first onto Bravo. FGC, again, doing the same way for them to push strat, which, you know, Boof Gang doesn't fall for. Already gets the pick onto Silly. Not great starting out. Just like that. Another shot for Uba. Good kill onto Captain Kush. Upper Charlie Chaos Sound with the rotate, but a little too slow. He will sneak past and will sneak on towards Charlie. Already on Bravo. Waffles trying to get that cross-check onto Simmer Down, and he does indeed simmer him down. There's waiting for the push. He is one rotating near him. Torix catching out Synthetic. Nice job. Uba kicking out Chaos Sound though on Charlie. Last life is Torix, and he gets shot from behind by Waffles. Once again, Boof Gang take the round win now 5-1. Ouch. Dare I say it. I don't. Ubba running a 6-1 KD. Nutty. Waffles with an 8-2. Not bad. And of course, FGC, they're just getting wrecked on a lot of lanes, so of course, they're only running 1-6 and 2-6. That's So you have to have that deficit somewhere. Huge gains have to come with huge losses too. So, fortunately, that's how the cookies crumbling here on today's match. Let's go ahead and follow Silly from spawn. Doing pretty good. Yeah, a little bit of success in the previous rounds, but hasn't really been struggling quite a bit on that cross pick against Uba. Will he get the shot off this time? Ooh, not a bad pre-nade coming out. And Cyrus gets the kill onto Chaos Sound, running Charlie. And finally, Silly gets the first pick onto Uba. Finally, a little bit of work for FTC. Somebody gets the pick onto Cyrus on Bravo. Just like that, Insurgents taking out almost the entire B presence for Vapor, getting on to try and keep it going for the Insurgents. Torx waiting for that push. Not a bad idea. Cyrus gets the shot on Simmer down. Again, it's a 1v1 here on Bravo. Captain Koosh actually standing right above a player, but Vapor gets the pick onto Torx on Bravo, so Security has one Bravo. Oh, and Waffles takes out Captain Koosh. Silly is able to take out Waffles. Last alive is Silly. Security about to take this round and about to take Bravo. Will this Kobe land? It will not in time. Synthetic takes out Silly, and Boof Gang take the round win 6-1. Boof Gang not dropping a single round since that last round. Basically, after round 3, they have not lost a single round at all. Gotta hurt. But that's the refinery, ultimately. It's a fun map. However, it can be rough. That's all I'm going to say about that one. It can be very rough to play. Go ahead and see what happens from... How about... Chaos Sound. Just, you never know. Chaos Sound running the AKS. Actually running an AKM now. Will he spot that player up above? It looks like he will not. Captain Koosh, I guess, with the pick on the Waffles. Finally being able to push on the street now. Let's just see, will that make any work? Chaos Sound getting into the flank onto Bravo. Running very, very fast. Slides into spot. Again, same meta over and over. It does work, though, when he's able to run through and not be shot by Waffles. Of course, not a bad wallbang onto the place. People usually like to play just like that. Chaos Sound getting caught out of position. Oh, but Vapor gets picked by Silly as a refrag. Definitely good for the Insurgents. Cyrus getting on to try and clutch it. He does see the player, but misses the shot. There's that player nearby. He's got one behind him. Easy shot for Cyrus. Slow peeking. Ooh, Cyrus almost landing that kill, but not quite. Captain Koosh trying to cross pick and trying to save him, but trying to shoot him rather. Again, Silly as well trying to shoot across. Torx just about to push him. Again, slow picking, and just like that, Cyrus getting a little too impatient. Gets caught out by by Torx. Last alive. Uba around Charlie, capping it up. Insurgents finally rotating around to stop him. Captain Koosh making his way downtown. He's walking fast. But will he make it to hometown? Meanwhile, Uba has to clear it out. Gives away his position with that one, and Uba gets the wall bang onto Charlie. Oh no. Torx taps up Bravo, so it is a 4v5 that was capped. I was killed after the objective capture. Good for Uba, and Uba will clutch this and gets the kill on the Chaos Sound. Easy for Uba. Just like that, Boof Gang now a 5v3. This Uba takes out Chaos Sound, and Slick keeps up Alpha, being 40 seconds left in the round. Of course, Insurgents baiting Charlie. They tell that the objective is contested there, so they're going to leave it. A and B for Insurgents, actually, so they have the lead here. Good shots coming out from spawn. Running back and forth. Finally, Silly gets the pick on the Vapor, and of course, Torx taking out Cyrus around Alpha, trying to stop it. Synthetic partially capping up Alpha. Meanwhile, Silly slow rotating on, and while Waffles looks for the cross pick, Uba does take out Chaos Sound, trying to play C. He does not have to push this. Uba just waiting and trying to hold on C. As that's happening, Synthetic. Again, why is Silly not blocking A? Is beyond me. Not sure why he let them cap there. That was a bit of a misplay. Vapor running way out of spawn. Going on an adventure. While Torx holds Bravo. 50 seconds left in the round. We are in overtime. It is down to Charlie here. If Uba dies, it is game. Torx about to get pushed by one. He takes out Vapor, but is taken up by Cyrus. As that's happening, Silly looks to try and get onto Bravo, but again, he has to play up above. Since they let him cap and bring it back in. Synthec's unable to spot that player. You should hear the running. He does. Not able to find them, and does eventually find Silly, which means Security will cap up Bravo. Oh, and Uba takes out Simmer down on C, but Captain Koosh takes out Uba on Charlie. 23 seconds left in the round. The Insurgents have to run fast towards Alpha or Bravo. Time is running out fast. Boof Gang have most of Bravo captured. They need to run ASAP. They might not have enough time. They're going to cap out Bravo. Synthetic takes out Chaos Sound. 10 seconds left, and just like that, Cyrus caps Bravo. A little too late on spawn. Nade probably would have got him. However, Boof Gang clutch it 7-1. Well played by Boof Gang and FGC. FGC almost saved it in time, but that last second cap, a little too late on the spawn. At that point, you might as well grab a pistol and just try and run it fast versus having your full loadout, but that was easy to switch to that quickly. Unless you have it saved, but not every team does. Not every player does, so it happens. And as how that round is dealt. Again, we are 8 rounds in now, only 2 rounds left in the half, and Boof Gang savagely just destroying FGC on security side, mind you, which is kind of it's definitely a sided map for sure. Go ahead and follow Vapor from spawn. He's been playing very, very well, supporting his teammates on Bravo with really good pre-nades and really good rotations. Late second, looks like Surgeon opting to actually flank heavily into the trade here. Ooh, Chaos Sound getting pushed pretty quick. Looks like Chaos Sound masking up. Gonna do some ninja maneuvers here. The security player is waiting and waiting. Actually, Cyrus gets the pick onto somebody down, and Silly gets the pick onto Synthetic. And Waffles takes out Silly, rotating onto Bravo, and Waffles takes out Sports as well on Bravo. And, oh, wow. Shots coming out. Chaos Sound, actually, Captain Koosh trying to shoot Waffles. Again, heavily tunneled, but Captain Koosh finally takes out Waffles. However, Vapor takes out Captain Koosh. Last alive, Chaos Sound having to make a last-ditch effort towards Alpha as Ubba gets onto Charlie uncontested. And Vapor and Cyrus are going to take Bravo uncontested. Now, one of those Bravos players run off towards Alpha. The Vapor is thinking about it. He's got 3 places he can go as the captain. Looks like he's opting to go for spawns. Cyrus, of course, caps up Bravo, so they're going to be able to fight this 2v1 on Alpha. Yes, I'm waiting for the push. Again, security has a huge advantage here on Alpha. It's a very hard objective to control and to clutch from. And, oh, Chaos Sound a little late on the draw. Will he be able to get this? He whiffs. Last alive, come on. Almost. He lands a shot onto Synthetic. Actually, he doesn't land a shot. I think it whiffed. Either he shot a little low or it hit the ground in front of him. And Boof Gang take the round win now 8-1. Again, no rounds lost by Boof Gang against FGC. I hate to see it. This is, of course, yes, this is the last round of the half. Didn't make sure. You know, addition can be difficult. Of course, we have pretty rough scoreboard from both sides. Again, Boof Gang doing well, and FGC, of course, not doing so well since they are struggling a little bit. In terms of weapons, pretty common. Insurgents running relatively the same kind of outfit. Looks like they're running all red for FGC, and of course, Boof Gang pretty much running a bit of a mix, hodgepodge. Every player is unique, expressing themselves in their own kind of way. Go ahead and follow up above and see how this plays out. Ooh, Waffles with a good spot on those players rushing. Waffles gets the pick onto Torix, and Ubba takes out Chaos Sound, running to Bravo again. And just like that, Bravo is controlled now by Insurgents. Synthetic still gets the pick onto Uba, but maybe a little too late. Dirty the rotation coming out, and just like that, Waffles picks up Silly. Last alive, Captain Koosh for Insurgents. Trying to hide up above, and just like that, Waffles gets an easy shot across. And Boof Gang take the half 9-1. Like deja vu. As it looks like the map's a little bit sided. Although I am excited to see how the next half goes. And see if FGC can start dominating and start bringing it back a little bit. They did get a round win on Insurgent site, which is not bad. If they had 2 round wins, that'd be pretty good. That could probably get them close to, you know, if they can keep that momentum up, they can probably win it. But if Boof Gang win 2 rounds on Insurgent, they win the game, which FGC couldn't do. They can only win 1 round. So whoever can play Insurgent better is going to be the winner. On this map, at least. As it seems to be with every team. As, you know, it's extremely difficult to play. So, looks like FGC opting for relatively heavy weapons. Almost all 7.62 running a G3 and FAL. Looks like all G3 mix. And of course, Insurgents running all FALs except for the Vapor and Ubba. Actually, still running, basically, Ubba running, what is he running? Running a pistol right now, but I believe he's running the sniper. Ooh, nice flashbang coming out. Or actually a grenade. Those front line up. Oh, he's running a FAL as well. Makes sense. Uber with a nice potential shot. I guess gets the first kill of the half on Synthetic, and Vapor Gets the shot onto Simmer down, and Oba picks Silly, but Chaos Sound with the refrag around Alpha. Just like that, Vapor wins the fight onto Chaos Sound, and Torx last alive is Captain Koosh. He gets the first pick onto Vapor. What is action happening on Bravo? 1v1 here on Bravo. Will he get pushed? He will, and he wins the fight against Cyrus. Last alive, 1v1. Waffles versus Captain Koosh. Waffles opting to push B fast. A little aggressive, a little dangerous. A little bit more action-packed for sure. He's willing to play for all the marbles. If he wins this, he goes into match point. Pushing both sides very fast. Oh, Captain Koosh with the clutch. Saves FGC from going into match point and brings a round win finally on the board, 2-9. Again, slow peeking is never the right answer. Although, there's times where it's so hard to try and push around that, what can you do? If only we were following Bravo there, as it looks like FGC heavily played Bravo as security, which makes sense. Of course, Insurgents struggling a little bit, but then once they got picked on that catwalk up here, it pretty much fell into FGC's hands. Go ahead and follow Torx from spawn, see what he's doing. Oh, wow. Waffles with a good pre-fire onto Chaos Sound. More touches from him today. At least for this round, as he comes back. And just like that, Synthetic and Cyrus pick up Simmer down on Silly. And Silly gets the refrag from the grave onto Vapor on Bravo. Cyrus getting onto Bravo basically for free, while Torx allows him to get on. And not contest. Synthetic are with a flank. Easy shot for Synthetic onto Torx, last alive. Whiffs badly. That's gotta hurt. And just like that, Cyrus gets the easy pick onto Torx, trying to play Bravo. And match point for Boof Gang, 10-2. It's all come down to this. Boof Gang are now at match point. FGC has to win 8 rounds in a row to stay alive. And to go into overtime to possibly win this game. Can they? I mean, they're on the right side. They have the better odds. But Boof Gang are also, I think, a lot stronger on Insurgent. They've definitely got strong security. Everyone's got strong security on every team. It's Insurgent that struggles the most for each team. So if Boof Gang can take another round off of FGC, they got the game set and match. Here we go. FGC heavily dogpiling B, coming down with a good pick on Synthetic cross. I think a lot of opportunities for FGC to flank. And Kessel gets the pick onto Uba, stopping that A push. And FGC able to push around towards Charlie. Waffles looking to try and catch out any rotations that way. He hears the player underneath him, but not able to spot them. Torx gets the shot onto Vapor, and Torx gets a shot onto Cyrus as well on Bravo. Last alive is Waffles, sneaking and beaking around. He gets a shot nearby. Doesn't quite understand that he's probably just getting sprayed. Waffles trying to rotate to stop that Charlie cap. Oh, runs right into Chaos Sound. Has to drop on him and takes the round win now, 3-10 for FGC versus Boof Gang. You're just tuning in. This is, of course, the DGL Season 2 NA seasonal play. There's no divisions this season. So this is FGC versus Boof Gang. This is Week 2 on Refinery West. Interesting map. Interesting selection of places we go. And, of course, teams we play against. Boof Gang, bit of a newer team. Bit of a mix of old and new players. And, of course, FGC as well. An old legacy name that's kind of been brought back and stayed in despite many resuscitations. And they're finally here. And they're starting a little bit of lead back. They were stomped pretty heavily on Insurgent side, which is how it generally goes. If you win pistol round, you basically play security and you get 9 rounds in a row if you're good enough. That's how most teams go. Silly gets the first pick onto Waffles. And, oh, starts to kill onto Torx, pushing a little too fast. Again, a huge push by Cyrus here. A nice flank. Will that Insurgent security player does not spot that player. Cyrus gets an easy shot onto Simmer down on Bravo. Captain Koosh with the rotation. Flanking the flank. Will that flank actually flank Simmer? Synthetic with the possible Kobe nade here. Bouncing it off the edge. Vapor gets the shot onto Captain Koosh. And Synthetic takes out Silly. Last alive for FTC's chances. Chaos Sound on Charlie. Just like that. Strong play by Synthetic and all those other teammates getting those rounds and getting those kills. Looks like FGC... Yep, looks like Boof Gang opting to just pad their stats a little bit and go for kills from spawn. I think Synthetic forgot where the spawns are, or rather, that's exactly where they are. Ubba. They're trying to nade the spawns and still gets a nice shot out on Ubba. That's nice. Cyrus, however, basically not spawning anybody since pretty are aware of how spawns are usually trapped. However, Cyrus should get an easy shot if he can see through walls, but luckily he can't. Synthetic, though, does get the shot onto Captain Koosh. Waffles takes out Chaos Sound, and of course, Synthetic takes out Torix, flanking around that left side. However, Silly about to run into somebody, and Vapor takes out somebody down. Last alive is Silly, and just like that, Synthetic gets the round, gets the final kill of the game, ending it 11-3. Boof Gang versus FGC. GG's to both teams. Bit of a tough game there. It's a sided team, a sided game for sure. Boof Gang were very, very strong the entire game there. Dominant no matter what side. And FGC got a little bit of traction on security, but just not enough to get that last hump over Boof Gang, and ultimately Boof Gang take the game. Simple as that. As we switch over to the next map, I think that will be it for today's stream, unless someone else has a match upcoming. If they do, be sure to put it in chat or put it in the shoutcasting request section within the DGL. I will catch it and I will stream it if we have one, but let me just see. We'll go ahead and be right back. As soon as we have more information, we'll let you know. But that will be FGC versus Boof Gang. And, of course, Boof Gang take it 11-2 for Boof Gang versus FGC. Of course, Boof Gang winning it pretty single-handedly. But still, FGC put up a fight. Wasn't a complete stomp, but still a bit of a map thing. So it goes. But anyway, we'll be right back. Alright, it looks like we don't have any more games today. I'm not seeing anybody else taking their heads up saying we got a match. So with that, we're going to end the stream. everybody for watching. I know it's been fun. A bit of a stomp this game, but it's sometimes refineries like that. Sometimes it's close, sometimes it's just not. But that's life. I guarantee you next week's maps are going to be a lot better. I know refinery's not always a balanced map. It's always a good time at least. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next game as soon as we get information about it happening. Of course, if you want your match shoutcast when you're playing in the DGL, be sure to hit me up on Discord at StuffShark, or hit up the DGL in any social medias. We're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're everywhere and nowhere. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace out.